We are live. Yay! We are live indeed. Welcome to a lovely late afternoon, early evening here in Tokyo. I'm currently in Sangenjaya. Due to a request from one of my regular viewers who wanted to see this glorious building again, the Carrot Tower. So I thought, why not start today's stream here in Sangenjaya, in front of the beautiful orange-ish Carrot Tower. I'll head down here this way and walk a little bit around the smaller alleys around here. Then I plan to start heading towards Shibuya, but I don't know yet. I don't know. As always, where I will end up in my stream is largely up to you, my dear viewers. So I will probably ask you for advice at a couple of times during this stream. Okay, let me just cross here. I don't know why it's called the Carrot Tower, but I guess that it might have something to do with the color, but I honestly don't know. I don't know the history behind this building very well. As always, I don't know much. I'm not here to educate. I'm a very bad educator. So, but yeah, it's an interesting building anyway, and the observation deck up at the top is very nice, but I won't be heading there today because I don't want to take any risks with the signal, especially not this early in the stream. So, weather check, I hear you say. Yes, of course. Of course. It is currently 26 degrees and sunny here in Setagaya. Gale advisory, it says. It's not very windy now, and I hope it will stay that way, but if there's some wind, then yeah, there's not much I can do about it. But yeah, just a quick little walk around here. Like, this area really comes to the right at night, and it's not really dark enough to explore the alleys here in Sangenjaya this early, I think, but since we're here anyway. Hey, what's the difference between South Korea and Japan? That's a very strange question that I can't really answer. They're two different countries with different cultures and different people and different languages and different pretty much everything. So yeah, I don't really have a good and simple answer, other than everything is different. So yeah, here's one of those cozy back alleys here in Sangenjaya. This is perhaps one of my favorite photo spots in all of Tokyo. Around here when it gets a little bit darker. So, ストリートスナップがいい場所ですね、ここ。If I will go to Skytree, no, it's in the complete opposite side of town. So I won't be going there today. So yeah, I think, yeah, you see, it's very early. Like an hour later, when these signs are switched on and it's a little bit darker, this is also a pretty charming little street. But this time of the day, it's not great. But anyway, I will actually head down. Oh. Let me head down this street again. When I will ride a train again, I do not know. I'll head back down here. Head back to where I came from, I think. Beer o'clock forecast for today. Yes, I think it's quite likely that I will drink beer at some point during the stream today. That's very likely. That's very likely. So yeah, let's head back to the crossing where we started, and then I will head down this street for a little while and then walk through mostly quiet residential areas all the way to Shibuya. That's kind of my plan. Other than that, I'm open to any suggestions. If you have any places you would like to see on the way in the Sangenjaya Shibuya region, I'll be happy to consider those. So some people are asking where we are. We are in front of Sangenjaya. Sangenjaya station on the Tokyu Dain-Toshi line. It is currently 6:37 in the evening. So about sunset time, which I think is a good time to start the stream. And then you will get to see the sky get darker and darker and bluer, and all the pretty lights of Tokyo slowly coming on. Blitz from the Sakura tram. I already done that a couple of times. I both have some shots from the tram, and I also walked along the entire tram line. I don't know if you've seen those videos yet, but they're on my channel. Or no, actually there's no riding footage. It's only walk. I walked along the entire Sakura tram line a few months ago, I think 3 months ago maybe or so. Thank you, me Colin. Thank you so much for the beer money. I will make good use of those. That's a promise. And Jenny, sorry, no flowers for my wife yet. No flowers for my wife yet. When I don't really have a good excuse, but I will try to buy her some very soon. It will probably be too late after this stream. Then all the flower shops will be closed. And it's a Saturday night here, and I'm a little bit overwhelmed of all the people out and about. I mean, sure, it is a Saturday night, but still, I wasn't expecting it to be quite this busy. Thank you, Celia64. Thank you. To have cake with the beer. I actually just had cake. We were having late lunch at my in-laws place. So we had delicious sushi. So much that we couldn't finish it all. And then we had some good cake an hour afterwards. So I'm super full now, actually. Let's see if we can cross here. Did Virtual Japan just have a video or a premiere or something? There's lots of people mentioning him in the chat all of a sudden. I didn't know that. But welcome, especially if there's any new viewers out there. Welcome to my humble little channel. If you like virtual Japan, I think you might enjoy my channel as well. Yeah, he sent you here. Oh, nice. That's very kind of him. I need to send him a thank you message later then. Nice, he just ended his live stream. I see. What a good timing. Yeah, lots of restaurants and bars in this area. It's usually a very lively neighborhood and I really enjoy it here, but considering the state of emergency, maybe all these people out drinking is not great. Maybe, yeah, let's head down this way. Yes, the street I just walked on is called Shazawa Dori or Shazawa Street. Now I turn down to, looks like it's called Ai Rodo. Ai means love in Japanese. But this street is heading in the Shibuya direction. Let's see. But yeah, this is really a very nice neighborhood. One of my favorite areas of Tokyo. I wish I lived a little bit closer, but then again, it's just like 5 minutes by train from where I live to get here, so it's not too bad. But it would be nice to live more like within walking distance from it. Oh, already 400 people tuning in. Thank you. Great. Let's see if we can have more people than yesterday. Yesterday's stream was a good one. And I walked from Shibuya to Tokyo Tower. That was very nice. I've had many very enjoyable streams recently, I think. Enjoyable as in enjoyable for me. And I hope tonight will be one of those again. And it's gonna be interesting to take a little peek at Shibuya on a Saturday night. Oh, I think I passed this place in a previous stream. It looks like a nice little market shop. Oh, Virtual Japan is in Shinjuku. I see. Maybe I should walk all the way to Shinjuku then and try to meet up with him. Lonely little payphone here. It's so funny that they still have all this payphone in Japan and that they're all like, it's in pristine condition. I don't know if you can see, like if this was in Sweden or any other place than Japan, this would be like trashed, destroyed, have lots of obscene words written on it and someone trying to steal all the coins. But yeah. Interesting name, Grapefruit Moon. Wonder what it is. This looks like a Mexican place. Tacos Mikasa. ね、ご利用できます。すごいね。公衆電話どこでもある。日本だけかもしれない。 I'm just curious, like I wonder how often those are used, the public payphones. Are there enough people without mobile phones to make it worth to maintain? It's a bit of a surprise. So much people already, and the chat is pretty active, so I'm sorry I can't really read all the messages and answer to them. You see the sky, it's getting more and more dramatic. We had the most awesome sunset here in Tokyo yesterday, by the way. Like so many people posted photos from like their balconies and whatnot. Like the sky was totally on fire. It was beautiful. So let's see. If I've been to Tokyo Disney Sea with my family? No. And I don't plan to go because I don't like Disney. Feels like something I mention on every stream. The only people who use the payphones are the elderly and video game protagonists who need to save their game. Yeah, that's probably very true. I think this is the nice little greenway that I'm looking for down here, which we can follow for a little while. Grapefruit Moon is a live music venue. I see. 夕方の時間、こういう道が好きですね。そうですね、僕も特に今まだちょっと明るいんですけど、これからどんどん雰囲気が出る。Hello from Singapore. Very good video quality. Thank you, Jung Ho Lee. Thank you. That's great to hear. It's great to hear. I think this should be the right way. Ah, right. Time to pin the FAQ. Yes. And thank you, Vigilant, for the super chat. そうですね、裏道で渋谷の方に行けます。Just a moment. There we go. Sunrise in New York. Wow. It's always so mind-boggling to think about the fact that you are people watching my walk from all over the world, and it's like vastly different conditions everywhere. It's pretty cool. How long did it take to get used to the Japanese toilet with the butt wash? That's a good question. It took me, I think, a couple of years before I had the guts to actually try it out. But then when I did, I'm totally hooked. Now I can't use toilets without that functionality anymore, without feeling like extremely gross and disgusting. So yeah, that's, in my opinion, one of the finest inventions ever to come out of this country. The butt wash toilets. If you ever get a chance to try one out, don't be afraid like I was. Just press go and prepare to get blown away. yeah, whenever I go back to Sweden where we don't have that functionality, I don't know. I think it's, once you get used to it, it really becomes an essential part of your life. You know, a clean butt is a clean soul, a clean spirit, and it does wonder for your mental well-being. Those of you familiar with my streams probably recognize this place. This is kind of a few hundred meters down here is where Meguro River goes underground or comes out of the ground, depending on how you see it. Yeah, Japanese bathtub sizes are very small. I agree. Depends on the house though, but in general, yeah, they're a little bit too small to be comfortable for me, unless you're in like a very luxury hotel or in some rich person's home. Yeah, the warmed up toilet seats is also pretty awesome. Indeed, indeed it is. The warmed up toilet seat is great in the winter months. No, I did not use that slide that I just passed. That was too small for me, so I never used that one. Showers are the norm in Australian apartments. Yeah, that's quite an interesting difference. Like in Swedish apartments too, especially newer ones. You can't take a bathtub for granted anymore. But here in Japan, even if it's like a super tiny, super cheap, like 14 square meter apartment, they usually squeeze in a minimal bathtub in there, because they're so essential to most Japanese. People really love their baths here. Yeah, the best slide was near Skytree. That was an epic one. I'm almost tempted to go back there just so I can ride that slide again, because it was great. Is it punishable to litter the streets over there? No, I don't think it's punishable actually. Maybe in some areas they have like people watching so that you don't throw cigarette butts on the street, and they can fine you if you do, but I don't think they actually fine people for any other litter. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think people here are just so kind of careful and respectful to the public space. So yeah, people don't throw their trash irresponsibly. Interesting little statue. I wish there was some explanation why it's there. Is it true that foreigners have a hard time renting in Tokyo? Yes, it's true. I don't want to go into that whole discussion again. I've talked about it so many times, but there's plenty of stories online. But unfortunately, it's very much true, and it's one of the worst things about living here. I think I'm lost, by the way. I might have been walking in the wrong direction for quite some time. Or? Let's see. No, I'm on the right track. Okay, good. Good. Look at the sky. It's becoming all pastel-y. Beautiful. Yeah, in Singapore there's lots of fines, I've heard. Sounds a little bit excessive to me, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's necessary. Yeah, residential buildings' elevators are also tiny. That's true. I'm surprised about that. We live in a relatively newly built apartment building with tons and tons of apartments. But there's just like a few elevators, and they're so small. It's even like a challenge for me to, me and my wife and our stroller to go in to get into the elevator. I'm really surprised why they make them so tiny. At least they should have like one that is a bit bigger, so that you can bring larger things, like if you're buying a new bed or something. Let's see. I think I need to check the map again, but I think I'm on the right track. Yeah, looks like I'm on the right track. Oh yeah, I could see parts of Shibuya, so I'm definitely on the right track now. Let's see, what are you saying in the chat? 静かだね。ね、すごい静かこの辺。Hey Spike Live. I started the walk in Sangenjaya, and I'm slowly heading towards the Shibuya direction. The next station I will be passing will be Ikejiri Ohashi. Have you done a walk here before? Yes, I have. Not too long ago, actually. Maybe about a month ago or so. I did come here. But then I walked it in the opposite direction. I think I walked... Yeah, when I walked to Shimokitazawa and it was raining. That walk started down there. And then I walked this direction to Sangenjaya and then continued down to Shimokitazawa. Oh, helicopter. I think last time we passed here we saw lots of fish, didn't we? Yeah, familiar walking routes. オリンピック、そうですね。オリンピックの仕事が来ました。でも、やりたくないと思います。僕は本当にオリンピック反対だから、あんまりオリンピックの仕事はやりたくないです。More fish here. They're very dark colors, all of them. I wish we had some little bit more brighter colors. It would be a bit more beautiful. No. Why helicopter? So it's a kind of internal joke. Someone misspelled helicopter once in the chat, and then we started using that that word instead. we are a bit silly here on this channel, me and my dear regular viewers. Getting close to 500 viewers. Not bad. Not bad. And this is a very quiet area. I think more people will tune in once we hit Shibuya. Is this an expensive neighborhood? Yeah, it's quite expensive around here. It's a pretty attractive neighborhood. I mean, not like super fancy or anything. Still kind of reasonable compared to, like, if you really go to downtown Tokyo, like city center. This is still a little bit on the outside. But yeah, if you want like a nice big house here, the land is gonna be quite expensive, definitely. "埼玉に住んでますか?" 僕、埼玉はまだこのチャンネルで行ったことないと思います。行きたいけど、なんか面白いところいっぱいありそうけど、なんか僕はなんか東京の南側に住んでるから、埼玉に行くは結構時間かかる。それはちょっと残念です。Again, someone asked me about Saitama, and I would love to go there and shoot at some point. There's a couple of interesting places. あ、でも今思い出したね。川越は埼玉ですよね。川越のビデオはこのチャンネルで撮ったことあります。鎌倉に行こう。鎌倉いいね。でも鎌倉もなんかいっぱいビデオあります、このチャンネルで。鎌倉、江ノ島、逗子、 とかいろいろ撮ったことあります。鎌倉はよく行きます。実はプライベートで家族と一緒。僕は鎌倉すごい大好きで、鎌倉と江ノ島。でも平日だけ、週末行くと人が多すぎる。それはちょっと苦手。でも平日行くなら人あんまりなくて雰囲気がすごく気持ちいい。I mostly speak English, but I do have a bit of Japanese viewers as well, and I do interact with them as well, so please understand. How far are you from Tokyo Dome? Quite far. Now we're here at this big intersection, and that's Meguro River, Meguro-gawa down there. But I'll be heading, I think I will try to head up again a few blocks so I don't have to walk next to this big street, and head more towards Shibuya direction. Eh, 10年前の地震の時この道歩いて、戻った。僕も実はその時僕はなんかもう田園都市線もっとなんか神奈川の方に住んでたんですけど、僕もその日ここから歩きました。不思議な一日ですね。不思議という変、怖かった。It's nice to hear you speak Japanese. Thank you, Yasuardas. Saitama is Dasai. I don't think so. There's some really nice areas in Saitama too. Haven't been that much to Saitama though, to be honest. But I know it has a pretty poor reputation as of being kind of not very cool, not very interesting, but I think it's a little bit unfair. I wonder, can we walk here? I'm really just trying a completely unknown route now. But I will try to walk up this way and then turn right. Very nice sky. Should I try these stairs maybe? No, I don't think that's a good idea. I think I need to take this. It's a pretty interesting slide. Made out of concrete. You stream walking like this every day? Not every day, but every other day on average. Yeah, I do. I do stream quite frequently. How long have you been in Japan? That's answered in the FAQ, which you will find in the video description. Yeah, pretty active chat today. It's weird. I don't think I've ever walked this street before. I'm not sure where we're heading. So, should be nice. Should be fun. And I'm actually already a bit sweaty and feel like it would be nice with a beer relatively soon. Maybe before we reach Shibuya. Because in Shibuya I don't want to sit down and drink. It's gonna be too crowded for that. Oh, this is a big school. Beautiful sky. Wow. Look at this. Look at this sky. Yeah, the chat is pretty busy today. Need an ice cold beer. Yes, that would be nice. Would be nice actually. Some places have this like extra cold. I think it's Asahi, not sure. Hey. Yeah, some bars have this like extra cold beer dispensers, which are super nice on really hot days. Today it's not that hot, so a regular cold beer would be okay. It's a very red building. What is Dasai? Dasai means kind of uncool or ugly. Not really ugly, more like uncool, not hip. Jenny, take it easy. Don't sweat too much about the moderation. I'm checking all the Japanese comments, so don't worry about those. If there's anything inappropriate, I will remove it. This is like really the best time of the day for photos and for walks and for everything, especially when the hot summer really kicks in. Then it's like unbearable to go out before sunset. It's pretty unbearable after sunset as well, but it's slightly less unbearable. Well, looks like I'm heading back towards the main street. That was not really my intention, but shoganai. Hi, I'm new here. Where are you from? And some other questions. Thanks and welcome. I recommend that you take a look at the FAQ, which is in the video description, where I answer a lot of those kind of questions, where I'm from, what languages I speak, what I do in Japan and whatnot. So please take a look there, and if you have any follow-up questions after reading that, I'll be happy to answer them. Oh, Ayan, you used to live in Jugoka. That's a nice area. I hope you can move back to Japan sometime. So I think if I walk down here, yeah, I think I will walk down here rather than on the big street. Then I will at least approach Shibuya from the back streets, which are a little bit nicer and more quiet. If I walk this way, I will come to Dogenzaka, which is one of the busier streets in Shibuya. Have you read the news about the Shinkansen driver who had to go to the bathroom? Yes! Had to go to the bathroom while the train was running at full speed. That's... he must have had some serious stomach problems in order to do something that irresponsible. I'm kind of curious about the backstory. I want to know what he ate before he went on that ride. But yeah, it's pretty scary. Like, considering how fast the Shinkansen goes. Look at this super sharp building. Yeah, that Shinkansen story. It's pretty weird. I will buy a beer. Yay! They have my favorite, the Yona Ale. Immediately. They also have that frog beer, but this one's better. Suikaでお願いします。はい、袋で大丈夫です。はい、大丈夫です。はい、ありがとうございます。はい、お願いします。273円です。ありがとうございます。お疲れ様でした。はい、ありがとうございます。はい、ありがとうございます。ビールゲット。Beer get alcohol percentage, of course, it's 5%. This one it says right here 5.5. So let me put it away for now so that I can focus on my stream, and then I will try to find somewhere to sit down and drink that beer. Do you think it would be easy for a Japanese person to move to Sweden? It really depends. In what sense do you mean? Like easy in terms of getting a visa, or easy in terms of getting used to the culture, or it can be, you know, challenging in so many different ways. Okay. But there's quite a few Swedish people living in, Japanese people living in Sweden, and at least the ones I know seem to be enjoying it. But I'm sure there's lots of people who dislike it as well, though. Yeah, lots of traffic here. This is one of the main roads as well. This is, I think, Yamatadori. So there's lots of cars on this road, always. No snacks or food. No, I am still full. We had that massive sushi lunch and then cake. So I'm pretty full So, and also I'm not a snack person. Just the beer is all I need. All I need to be happy. How much did that beer cost me? Oh, I don't remember. I didn't really check the price, but I guess around 250 yen, which would be $2 US and 50 cents ish. Now find park. Yes, that's the current challenge. So I will turn right here.今結構メッセージがいっぱい来てる。全部読めない。So I'm not able to read all the messages. It's just too busy. 273 yen was the beer. There you have it. Thank you, Jenny. And yes, I'm using the Galaxy S21 Ultra today. The last couple of streams, which has been done during the daytime, for those streams I used the wide-angle camera or the ultra-wide. But since this is a night stream, I'm using the regular camera, as that one captures way more light. So it's much better for low-light streams like this. If we can cross here. And also I'm sorry if I missed some super chats. They don't really show up very distinctively on my streaming phone, so they're quite easy to miss. Iつもたくさん歩いてますね。そうです。そうです。結構歩いてます。毎日。I wonder if this will ever turn green. Feels like it won't. Ah, maybe it will now. Yes, it did. Is it disrespectful or illegal to drink beer while walking? It's a little bit bad manners, but it's not illegal or anything. The reason why I don't want to do it is mostly because I need to have both my hands available in order to hold the camera steadily and also check the chat. What you do for a living? That's also answered in the FAQ, which you will find in the video description. So please take a look at the FAQ, and if there's any follow-up questions after that, I'll be happy to answer. It's very windy here, and still my windshield is a little bit broken. I actually had to order a new case for the S21 Ultra, because the one I'm using now, like it's almost impossible to get things to stick to it properly. So it's very difficult for me to keep the wind muffs on, because the texture is a bit weird. So I need to have one which I can glue easier. I think it arrived today actually, but I was out all day, so hopefully for the next stream I will have a fully functional wind protection. Now we are heading down. Ah, here's a little park. Let's have the beer here. Perfect. Perfect beer spot. Wonderful, wonderful. I think I will. Yeah, I'll sit down here in the corner. I will try to be relatively quick with the beer today, because I don't want to waste all the beautiful blue lights. Hope you can hear me well. Beer is out. Let's see if I can open it. There we go. Kanpai! Skål! So for those of you who are new to my channel, I often do take beer breaks during my walks, and that's a good time to ask questions, since I'm a little bit more focused on the chat, and it's easier for me to answer your questions while I'm sitting down. And yeah, I always lose a ton of viewers on my beer breaks, even though they only last for like 5 to 10 minutes, but people usually don't. ぬるくなっちゃった。いや、まだ結構冷たいです。美味しい美味しい。It's still very cold and nice. Is that a residential apartment? It looks like there's some restaurants and bars. It said on the sign to the right, it said cafe and marche on the first floor, and second floor Japanese restaurant. Then on top of that, it's probably residential, yes. Do you think I'll be able to visit my family in Japan this summer? If it's difficult to answer that question, because if you're just coming as a tourist, I don't think it will be possible. But if you have family here, you might be able to qualify for like this. They make like exceptions for humanitarian reasons. So if you can get an exception, maybe. But otherwise, yeah, I don't think so. Hey, thoughts on the Summer Olympics? Yeah, cancel it. Cancel it. I don't want any Olympics during this pandemic. I think it's insane to hold the Olympics right now. Well, if you have family and passport, Ronnie, or if you have a Japanese passport, then you can come. Then there's nothing stopping you. If you're a Japanese citizen, you can come here without any problem. It's common to see tourists in Japan. Yeah, not now. Not during the pandemic, but before the pandemic, tourists were one of the main, like a very important part of the Japanese economy. And millions and millions of people coming here every year. So, yeah. You miss Nordic midsummer nights compared to summer nighttime brightness in Japan? Yes, I love Nordic summer, and I usually, before the pandemic, I always went back home in the summer, and I hope to be able to go back to Scandinavia this summer as well. I didn't go last year. Maybe I will go this summer if it's possible for me. ever do face reveal? I do it regularly. I show my face on all my Patreon only streams. So if you are curious about what I look like, and if you want to support this channel, then joining my Patreon is a good way of killing two birds with one stone. The link to my Patreon is in the video description. So I do Patreon only streams roughly once a month. I might increase that soon as the Patreon is growing. I think it would be fair to do it a little bit more often, but for now it's once a month. Is it true that college tuition is free in Sweden? Yes, all the education is free in Sweden, from elementary school to university. It's all free, which is great. How old are you? I think I answered that in the FAQ as well. Do I not? Let me see. Maybe not, no. I'm 39, so I'm probably older than many of my viewers. But yeah. Amazing. Why is that amazing? '39 Club here. Great. Happy to see that there are several others sharing my age. Midlife coming soon. Oh, it's already here. It feels like my last 10 years has been a midlife crisis. When will they open the border? I don't know. You need to ask the Japanese government that, not some random guy on YouTube, I'm afraid. Say in the FAQ that you are an anime fan. Not really. I was when I was a teenager, but these days I don't watch any anime. And I don't think I know about Captain Future, I'm afraid. No. Okay, I'm almost done with the beer, so I will keep on walking soon. Like tennis? No, I don't like any sports. I do like Naomi Osaka though. She's great. I don't think I've ever watched her play tennis, but she does a lot of great things, political things that I support 100%. What do you love about living in Japan? What's the best in Japan? One of my absolute favorite things about living here is that it's so safe, and that there's just so much to do. You rarely get bored in a city like Tokyo. That's some of my favorite things. And also, yeah, the fact that, you know, people are generally quite nice, and you can kind of trust other people. So things like that makes it very, very good to live here, I think. And also having the best public transportation in the world is great. That's definitely something I would miss if I lived anywhere else. Sento and onsen, I don't know. I like Sento I'm not an onsen lover, to be honest. Like, onsen can be nice, but I'm not like so crazy about it. Anyway, let's get going. I finished my beer and I need to sit here. How many viewers did we lose? Quite a lot. Wow, down to 450 now. So we lost like 80 viewers. 80 of you didn't think I deserved to have a beer on a hot night like this. So now we are approaching an area called Shinsen, which is this relatively unknown area, like in the back of Shibuya, which is super nice but not so common for tourists to visit. On the plus side, you have 450 real friends. Yes, that's right. Oh, I think this is a nice little street corner that might be thumbnail material. Oh, great, trash can here. I can get rid of my beer. See, that's how we do it. That's how we keep the streets clean in Japan. We throw things in trash cans, even though trash cans are extremely rare, especially trash cans for anything else than used beer cans. Yeah, some of you know that I have a Japanese iPhone, so it's not possible to switch off the shutter sound, which is really annoying. Fancy hair salon here. Nice local little vegetable shop here. I'm wondering, do we want to go? Ah, that's the Shinjuku high-rise buildings down there. I think that's the Park Hyatt that we can see in the distance. Pretty nice. Yeah, I want to come back here with my camera actually. It's been such a long time since I just came to a place like this for good old night photography. But there's lots of good opportunities around here. What kind of shop is this? It's also a hair salon. Wow, all the hair salons here look like antique shops. That's interesting. ありがとう、チョコちゃん。今日はどこまで歩きますか？渋谷まで、とりあえず渋谷までに行きます。その後はまだ決めてない。渋谷までだけか、もう少しどっか行くか、まだ決めてないです。This is the direction for the Love Hotel area in Shibuya. It's not a good idea to walk around with a camera there. That could get you in trouble if you're unlucky. So I won't do that. You speak Spanish? No. I do not speak Spanish. I think that's also answered in the FAQ what languages I do speak. But unfortunately Spanish is not one of them. I wish it was. Oh. So now we are on Dogenzaka. This is one of the streets that leads down to the Shibuya Crossing. Yes, Ray, it's possible to hack the phone and remove that sound, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to tinker too much with my iPhone, especially since I plan to... I will most likely upgrade it to the next iPhone as soon as it's released, so I don't want to have any weird issues with it that might affect the second-hand value. Thank you, Marianne F. Thank you so much for the super chat. Here's also the Love Hotel area up there. Oh, I used to go to this sushi place quite often after my late night drinking sessions in Shibuya when I was going out more. But now they're bankrupt, or it's like now they're closed and they're looking for so the space is available to rent. That's a surprise. I didn't know that. So this is interesting. My second phone, the one I use to monitor the stream, is dead. That's Docomo for you, which is supposed to be the best network in Tokyo or in Japan. But this one that I'm using to the stream, which uses Rakuten, is still going strong. It's weird, like this feels like, this almost feels like pre-pandemic times. It's a busy weekend night in Shibuya. Maybe slightly less people than before, but it's actually, yeah, it's actually pretty busy. It's way more people out than I expected, that's for sure. Yeah, this is, I'm a bit surprised to see it this busy. It's not good. And considering that most of the people we see are probably going to go somewhere and drink, that's why they're here in the first place. So I think I will head to quieter areas. Okay, so thinking about where to go. Yeah, I'm a little bit paranoid about this too. And yeah, sure, I'm outside as well, but I'm not like interacting with people. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not out drinking. I think just being outside is not really a big problem, but it's like being close to other people and sitting in crowded spaces and drinking and eating. That's where the infections are spreading. But yeah, I'm not even comfortable walking out on the streets when it's this crowded, to be honest. So I will head to quieter streets. So Shibuya Crossing is down there, but yeah, I'm not heading that direction. Instead, I will head this way. But that means I actually need to go up here now, since they reconstructed this area. Is Oku Shibuya quieter? I wouldn't think so, because there's lots of bars around there, so I'm guessing that it's quite busy around there as well. Curly hair as usual. Yeah, it's always curly, but it gets even curlier in the summer months when the humidity rises. No, I'm not vaccinated. They barely started vaccinating here in Japan yet. The only ones who get vaccinated are either if you're over 65 or if you are working in the healthcare industry, or like as a caregiver or a nurse or something. Then you can get vaccinated. So I'm hoping that's like one of the reasons why I want to go back to Europe this summer, because I think it would be much quicker for me to get vaccinated there than here. Yeah, I'm a natural humidity meter for sure. I think I mentioned this before, but this hotel, the Cerulean Tower, they have a pretty nice sky bar up there, and that's where I went on one of the first dates with my now wife. So that place is always a little bit special for me since then. Where is this place? We're in Shibuya, Tokyo. This is the, what should I say, like the south side of Shibuya Station. Southwest side, I think. Yeah, that's Shibuya Station there. Shibuya Station. And over here, you see the big TV there. That's Shibuya Crossing down there. And yes, Shibuya is always changing. Shibuya is never constant. The only thing constant about Shibuya is that it's always busy. But everything else changes all the time. It feels like every time I go here, there's new buildings popping up, there's new everything. Like this building. This one opened last year, I think. Brand new. Pretty big. Leo Tanaka, your brother lives 3 minutes from here. Wow. Your brother must like busy areas. if he lives 3 minutes from here. But also, it's a really convenient spot to live, I guess. Maybe a little bit too urban to some people. So here's the JR Shibuya station. That's the platform for the Saikyo line, I think, which is one of the lines that connects Tokyo to Saitama. I think that's a Saikyo line train stopping now. And here there's a massive construction project going on. So I'm kind of thinking about where to go now. Maybe I should start heading towards Daikanyama. Daikanyama is not so far from here, and I think there was someone requesting it in a relatively recent stream. Or if you have any other ideas or suggestions, feel free to let me know. Your father-in-law worked at Keio's Shibuya station. Nice, Takematsu. Yeah, it seemed like the Keio line meant a lot to you, judging from your previous long comment. I will try to visit that area that you mentioned. I forgot the name now, but it was such a nice backstory. So I feel that it deserves a visit. Yes, Toto, it was you who asked me to go to Daikanyama, right? Excellent. Then I will do that for you, for Toto. A walk from Shibuya to Daikanyama. See, that's what happens when you are a long-time supporter of this channel. I do nice things for people. What was the first meal you cooked for your girlfriend or wife to impress her? I don't know. I'm a really bad chef, so cooking anything for her would not... Like, there's nothing I could cook that would impress her. So I probably did something else to impress her, considering that we're married now. But it was definitely not because of my cooking skills. Walk to Daikanyama and then back to family. Yeah, I think so. Walk to Daikanyama and then, well, Daikanyama is so close to Naka-Meguro, so I might as well go to Naka-Meguro as well and then take the train back home from there. If there was anything that impressed my wife, that I did to impress my wife, it was probably my photography that made her think that I was a keeper. That's my guess, at least. My photography skills are probably more impressive than my cooking skills. At least I really hope so. Otherwise I'm a really horrible photographer. Hey babe, I'm a photographer. Not really like that. She's also a photographer. So, but I think at our first date we did talk a lot about photography and cameras. She's also a camera geek. You know, she owns a Leica Q. So if anything, maybe that was she impressing me with her photography and camera geekery skills. I remember I was pretty curious about who is this girl who travels alone to northern Norway to photograph northern lights and gorgeous landscapes, and who shoots with a Leica Q. It would be nice to see around Tamagawa station once. I have like tons of streams from there and videos, and whenever I'm like too lazy to travel anywhere else, I stream from my local area. So there's a lot on my channel already, and there's definitely more coming, so make sure you switch on notifications, and you will definitely have a Tamagawa video coming again soon. The photos are pretty amazing. Thank you, Tara. Thank you very much. And for those of you who don't know and who are curious in my photography, you can check out my Instagram, which is linked in the video description. Yeah, two geeks, definitely. She's very much a camera geek, just like me. From Leica to Leica. That's a good one, Michael. Thank you. Ah, Futamatagawa, I see. I've never been there. But yeah, maybe. Is it worth checking out? If so, I will consider it. What's your dinner tonight? So, like I mentioned before, I had a very heavy and late sushi lunch. So I won't be that hungry. I think I will just have something small like an onigiri or something on my way back home. You do more live streams in Patreon. I do a Patreon only live stream about once a month, where I show my face, and I tend to be a little bit more private than I am here, which is a funny thing to say considering that we were talking about butt hygiene earlier in this stream, but yeah. So I do that once a month right now, but my Patreon is growing at a pretty steady pace, and I'm considering to move, put a little bit more time into those Patreon only streams. So maybe I will do it more frequently soon, but for now it's at once a month. And someone's asking me about calories burned. I don't know. I walked 16,000 steps so far today, which isn't a huge amount, but it's also not bad. So now we are walking through a quiet residential neighborhood, and I think we're probably already technically in Daikanyama, I guess, but a few more blocks down this way and we will be at in Daikanyama. 夜ご飯も食べましたか？いや、まだ食べてないけど、ランチは今日結構遅かった。なんか4時ぐらいかな。いっぱい寿司食べた。まだお腹いっぱい。だから今日の夜ご飯はなんか結構軽いものだけで十分と思います。No burger for dinner, not tonight. Definitely not. You seem to be getting tired now. A little bit, yeah, a little bit tired. And also, this part is a little bit boring to walk, so I'm just walking a little bit faster than usual, and that's making me a little bit tired maybe. So, let's see. This walk is to walk it all out. Yeah, it is. I wonder if I will be net positive or net negative number of calories today. Sad dinner set though, nigiri and nikuman. Yeah, no nikuman now. I won't have nikuman. I think I will only have maybe one wakame onigiri or something very light like that. That's probably all I need. How's Aka-chan? Aka-chan is genki. She's she's in a very good mood. I just snapped some very adorable photos of her actually just before I went out for this stream, when she just woke up from her nap, and she was still tired, but she was also in a very good mood, which is kind of rare. She's usually quite grumpy when she just wakes up. So I got some really nice shots, which I am very tempted to show you, but nah, I do want to keep her face from public view here on my YouTube channel. Yeah, she's super photogenic. She is. She's difficult to shoot though, because she's always so animated and never stays still for even a fraction of a second. Or usually don't, but whenever she does and you manage to capture that, then yeah, she's super photogenic. I think she's the cutest baby in the world. And I'm not biased or anything. I just, you know, it's scientifically measurable, and yeah, she's the cutest baby in the world. You did reveal it once, yeah, but then I think I blurred it out as soon as that stream ended. So yeah, I did accidentally reveal it. I used to have her as the wallpaper photo on my phone, but I'm not doing that anymore because of my streams and the risk of accidentally showing her face. But yes, Toto, now we are in Daikanyama, where you can buy some Italian lingerie if you want, as well as lots of other things. So for those of you who don't know Daikanyama, it's one of the kind of famous upscale expensive neighborhoods in Tokyo. Yeah, I mean, as long as she's a baby, it doesn't really matter that much. Because no one would recognize her like 3 years from now anyway. But still, just as a principle, I prefer to not be one of those parents who just plaster the internet with photos of my child. For parity's sake, is there a place called Daikanyama? I wish! I wish! Oh, that would be awesome. Oh look, that's Naomi Osaka. Ah, she's overexposed. Can't see. She's apparently doing some commercial campaign. Some cake. You want some cake? I just had cake, so I don't want any. But if you do, you can buy some there. So, let's see, where are we now? We've been streaming for close to 2 hours. 1 hour and 45 minutes. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking if I should wrap things up around here in the Daikanyama station, or if I should continue walking down to Naka-Meguro. But I'm actually getting a little bit tired. I had a few cups of sake with our sushi lunch as well, and then the beer now. So maybe that's an unusual amount of alcohol for my weak body. Maybe that's why I'm feeling a little bit tired now. Oh, I think this is new. I don't remember this building. But I think the station is down here. Let's just take a little stroll around these back streets before we end tonight's stream.あ、そっか。そのビルは20年前からありますよ。そっか。じゃあ僕はあんまり代官山ほとんど来ないからあんまり詳しくない。すみません。Let's head down here. This looks like a cozy little alley. Now we're exploring. Hopefully not a dead end. I wonder, can we cross here? I think we can. Yeah, we could. That was a very interesting little detour. Going to Shibuya Bookstore. I would love to, but it's closed. But that's I love the Shibuya Seaside Bookstore. Oh, plant-based burger they sell here. Interesting. but due to the state of emergency, all the restaurants close at 8. So otherwise, I'm sure this place would be pretty crowded, considering that it's a Saturday night here. But yeah. It's so quiet. If anyone is tempted to open a shop here, this place is available. I wonder how much the rent is though. Probably a little bit too expensive for me to rent as a YouTube like live stream preparation studio. Otherwise it would be nice. Tsutaya is down here, which is one of the nicest bookstores in Tokyo. Actually, it's Tsutaya Tea site. I prefer Daikanyama over Harajuku. Do they look similar though? Yeah, do you think so? I think the crowd is very different in Daikanyama and Harajuku though. Daikanyama to me feels much more like much older in terms of the average age. Older and richer. Harajuku is more like teenagers and lower 20s, but here I think the average age is way higher than that. But it's a pretty nice neighborhood, can't deny that. There's lots of embassies around here too. Let's see, here we have a little map. It's a first map for today's walk. So let's see, where are we? Toyokosan Daikanyama Eki. We are here now. So down here is Naka-Meguro, and Shibuya is down here. And Ebisu is also quite near. But yeah, what the heck. Let's walk down to Naka-Meguro and end the stream there. I can go a little bit further. A little bit further. Battery is still okay as well. I have 35% battery left. Hillside Terrace. And then you look behind the sign and there's nothing. I guess this is the parking. And all these buildings are the Hillside Terrace. And again, I'm sorry, the chat is just too active for me to try to keep up with it. Oh yes, McGuffin, I read your comment. Yes, the embassy of Fiji. That was not what I would have expected. But an interesting fact nonetheless. Thank you. Thank you for sharing it. So let's cross here. Then we go down here and turn to the right, and we will be in Naka-Meguro relatively soon. Burger shop on my left. Well, like I said, I'm not gonna have burger tonight. I had so much sushi. I'm still full. Oh, I think we can actually see Naka-Meguro station from here. Let's see. Yeah, we should be able to see Naka-Meguro station here. Oh, this is a pretty high fence, but I'm tall. That's Naka-Meguro station, folks. So that's where we will head and end today's stream. Tomorrow it looks like the weather will be pretty bad all day, so I'm not expecting to be able to live stream, but if the forecast suddenly changes, then I will. But I probably won't go out and live stream if it's raining. But I do have a pre-recorded 4K video that I haven't shared with you yet, so if nothing else I will post that tomorrow, because I know that you want something to do on your weekends. So yeah, but hopefully I can live stream. I'm not sure. Thank you, Vigilant, for the super chat. Super chat has been pretty quiet today. That's too bad. But thank you so much, Vigilant, and everyone else who supported me tonight on this long walk from Sangenjaya via Shibuya, Daikanyama, and down to Naka-Meguro. So we are getting close to the station. Sorry, I was a bit zoned out there for a moment. I was kind of reading the chat and got annoyed at someone who posted the same question like 3 times in 1 minute. Wow, looks like Naka-Meguro is very crowded tonight as well. But this is also a very nice neighborhood. One of the most popular areas to live in Tokyo, I would say. Lots of nice restaurants and one of the most beautiful cherry blossom viewing spots, this river. But it's also, unfortunately, one of the most crowded cherry blossom viewing spots, which does make it a little bit less attractive, at least to me. But here you have a train that has stopped at the station, Naka-Meguro station, which is where I will be going now to take the train back home. And this residential tower is quite iconic as well. These are actually rental apartments, most of them, or maybe all of them. It's rented through a company called UR, which is like government. I don't know if it's government owned, but it's basically the closest thing you will get to like social housing in Japan. Although the apartments in this tower aren't cheap at all, but I think they're maybe a little bit cheaper than what they would be if they were completely privately owned. Here's also a nice little Tsutaya bookstore that they built quite recently under the train tracks here. And a French toast restaurant, for those of you who are into French toast restaurants. Coffee and champagne, it says. That sounds very Naka-Meguro. With those UR apartments, you need to pay a deposit, but you don't need to pay any key money, which is this mandatory fee. And I think the deposit you pay for UR, you are actually getting that back when you cancel the contract. So UR isn't bad, but their selection of apartments is quite limited. Yeah, we're at the station now, where I will end today's stream. Oh, and did I get a super chat? Yes, I did. Leo Tanaka, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. So tomorrow no live stream. It depends on the weather, but there's a risk that I will not be able to stream. But I hope we can. I hope we can. And thank you, Dan Chemistry. Thank you so much as well. I will cross this street before I end the stream. Finally. So let me just scoof off a little bit to the side here. Thank you so much everyone who joined me today. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this long and somewhat unplanned evening walk. It was very nice. It feels like summer is really very close to hitting Tokyo with full force, even though technically it should be another month or two before it gets really hot and humid. But yeah, it was a nice walk. I'm a bit sweaty now, so I'm looking forward to going home and take a shower. I will, like I said, hopefully stream tomorrow, but I'm not sure. It might be difficult because the weather, it looks like the weather might be quite bad tomorrow. But yeah, what else? If you enjoyed this stream, please leave a like. That's a good way to support my channel. If you really enjoyed the stream and want to support me even more than that, you can consider joining my Patreon, which is linked in the video description. If you join my Patreon, you will get access to my Patreon only streams, which happens about once a month, as well as a few other perks depending on your support level. And yeah, I think that's it. That's it for tonight. And I'll see you soon again. Oh, you got the postcard this week, Chuan. Nice. That was very late. I sent it like almost a month ago. Surprisingly how long it took. Hope you enjoyed it. And thank you, Billman Warren, for the super chat. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you so much and see you next time. Bye bye. Hej då. Mata ne. Auf Wiedersehen. Hej då.